So thank you very much for being here. We were going to talk about ITWNET. First, a little bit of my background. I am an IT professional. I started being in service tech for Unix systems in NCR back in the 80s and moved all the way. I've been a programmer. Well, actually, my first things I developed in CPM with 1K memory back when I was younger. But I've been involved in communities since the end of the 80s. Actually, my boss back then told me, Alejandro, on Friday you need to go to this meeting. Please take some croissants with you. If not, they will not open the door. And then I was introduced to global communities, very specific ones. And I've been involved ever since. I finished my terms as ITSMF, International Board Director. I was Vice Chair of ITSMF worldwide for 4 years. And since then, I started with a couple of great entrepreneurs and professionals, ITWNET. And now we call ITWNET the global IT professionals community. Today, we don't have that much time to talk a lot. So I want to cover who we are, why we think the global IT community needs, IT professional needs the IT community, and how we plan to do it. And of course, I try to join us. So, as I said, we talk about ITWNET or ITWorldNet, the global IT professional community. I'm going to give a little bit of background on why we think that it has to be a global movement, rethink what we've been doing up to now, and also why there is space to do this. But before doing this, I want to introduce this idea. Why don't we ask CIOs what they need, and then we create something around it, instead of just creating something and then asking the world in general if they need it, okay? So, and we focus on CIOs, and there is an organization called CIONet that, as you can see, we share look and feel, we share colors. We don't share the squares, we like the circles more, but we call ourselves, or ITWNET is the sister community of CIONet. So, most of what we've defined as services looking forward is based on CIO's input. CIONet caters 6,000 CIOs currently in 18 countries. Sorry, I have a slide for that. I remember now. So CIONet is on the top of the pyramid to CIOs, 6,000 CIOs in 18 countries. And our focus as ITWNet is take care of the CIO -1, -2 level, IT managers within corporations, also IT professionals, and also people that are involved with IT, like, for example, HR or IT lawyers, etc., that need to nurture themselves and get knowledge. Yeah, but we focus in the middle management and IT pros. We currently have 200,000 professionals in our network, and we have around 15,000 members in our ITWNET portal. Okay, so we're going to see what we do with that. What we think and what we tell everybody is that eventually everything connects. And this gives me input to, of course, this is not mine, okay? Although I repeat it every day, so it seems that it's mine, but no. This was from an architect. Yeah, a very well-known architect in the design world, and he found that this phrase would summarize what his intentions were while building. Yeah, we're building connections, we're building knowledge, so I took it and I'm using it. So this is our vision. Our vision is to become the global community for IT managers and professionals supporting the daily need for inspirations, learning, and connections. Why do we think that this is still needed? Why is it not found in all the organizations that are out there? Well, simply because there is an issue in the way we work with our knowledge. Yeah? Every time we have something to say and we feel that this is important, we say it to many people, and then we start something that at the end, it ends up being a silo. it's difficult for us to break these barriers. We talk about silos in the business world, we talk about silos, about IT building silos, and we do the same when we try to nurture networks and connections. Currently, there is a movement saying that we are not here to work each of us in individual ideas, but to become one, what is called the social phone. So the idea, and this is based in our mission, and see, it says, fill the gap for a truly global, independent, and transparent IT community that can accommodate the needs and expectations of the members in an equal degree. And we very specifically say here everything, but actually the word members, and we call members not only to individuals, but also to users of technology, corporate, and vendors. Yeah? Everybody that is in the IT space should be a member, because everybody has something to bring and would expect something to take. And depending what that is, it will be a value to do that. But again, everybody does it from its own bubble. The thing is, what do we do? Do we punch the bubble? Do we dictate the bubble? Do we say to the bubble, you have to be a bubble, you have to connect with another bubble to become foam? Or we just let them be? We listen respectfully, responsibly. We try to connect with other bubbles, and we try to create this, like Peter Solderslake says, the social phone. Okay? That is what we are up to. So we are here to enable, to be a foundation for other organizations that up to now have been silos. Now we are asking them to join. We are asking members to bring what they have to say and take out the knowledge they need. And for that, we do a couple of things, services and products-wide. Basically, what we want is to make the IT professional more successful. Yeah? And how we do it? Let's get into that second circle or bubble of our presentation. Only effect that you will see in the presentation, yeah? But I needed to do that. I like it like, whew. Yeah? IT professionals getting into subject matter. So we defined 9 circles, 9 global topics that we take care of. For example, we run our events based on these topics. In June this year, here in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam, we will run our first international event together with ITWNET. You can get a brochure in our stand, and it's going to be about next tech. Okay? This, during that month, we will do not only the physical event, we will do also virtual events. We will also do things with white papers and other stuff based on next tech. What is next tech? Well, there is a subset or subcategories within it. For example, Internet of Things, and you can see more things happening. So for everybody, members, corporate, business partners, education organizations, we all have a subject to discuss. And these subjects are based on the input from the CIOs, and they say, okay, we want to discuss at length this. If you want to see what it's in, if you go to the ITWNET portal in the frameworks category, then you can go and get into each of these subtopics or our taxonomy. But as we said, and I was listening also to the keynote, there's lots of information. We're drowning in information. Yeah? And if we were going to create a new organization, what are we going to do with this information tsunami, let's call it? So we decided to invest a lot of time and effort in creating a knowledge sharing architecture, to think over how we deal with information and how we drive this information into knowledge. I think personally, and my colleagues also think the same, that any comment that we make, that any input that we make in social networks and that has valuable information. Although we are actively involved and putting all this information out there, once we put it, we might get some self-satisfaction saying, oh, we had those many likes, or someone answered back. But we don't care for any more seconds or any more about the type of information, the knowledge that we were getting out there. Yeah, we don't make any other connections. We don't make any other effort. If we're looking, for example, LinkedIn, they only give us the tool to socialize. But then what happens with all that, let's say, proprietary IP that we put there? Because it's our experience, it's our message, it's our knowledge. What if we connect this through multiple means and we cherish this, and we try to do something with it. That's our idea through this knowledge sharing architecture. So we're going to get, or we are getting actually, from external sources, curating this through automatic and manual means, yeah, some paid and some volunteer effort. And then we take care of all the information that happens internally within the ITWNET network. All of this IP stays within our central database. And then we do something with that. If you are an individual, you might search for articles, for information, crossing the different tags. If it's important enough, we might create a complementary framework based on that, and we will publish that information. So we are giving back to the members what their effort has shown us putting it out there. And we always do it through these global topics. So we have a way to not to work on silos, but to accommodate the information and then make it happen. So as we said, we have our ITWNET portal where lots of dialogue is happening. 10% of our network is there. The rest is here in LinkedIn, so we're not reinventing the wheel. We're actually working what is out there. We have 19 LinkedIn groups with some with a few hundred members, some with like ISO 27000 with 27,000 members. We're growing 100 members a day. And we have around 200,000 members in LinkedIn. Okay, for a new and young organization, well, we are very happy with it, and so we thank you. We also want to, moving forward, to enable other ways of collaborating. Yeah? Remember, our goal is to make IT professionals more successful. So not to make them successful, they already are, but to make it more successful. So we need to enable ways of e-commerce, maybe as we're doing today with books, publications, and we will move into training material and other things like certification, education services, etc. But we also want to reward professionals through a gamification type of reward. Yeah? That the more you say, the more you do, the more you provide to the network, well, you scale up through points, through, I love the pins, so I call it pins, yeah? Because I always like to have my ITL service manager red pin, yeah? and go around and make this little tribe of showing my pin. Yeah? It was not the same with ISO 20000 because we invented the pins. It was not just a single pin. So the idea here is to be able to show our commitment and also get some rewards in a physical way, although virtual. But we also have the more traditional ways of networking, yeah, and accessing information. So we are doing events. We have a schedule for the whole year 2016, together with CIONet or by ITWNET only for IT managers and IT professionals. We are doing this in a global way through local operations that represent us in each country, but we also do it from a central way in our virtual environment. But what we're trying to bring is new ways of doing it, right? So if, for example, in this meeting, we are used to come here and listen to someone, but we now see that this is evolving into different ways of getting information, then we will change. We can do this. We can have 15-minute step-like conferences if we need to. We need to provoke the dialogue, so let's find ways to do it. Yeah? So this is what we're bringing into our events. And of course, we have the publications, the frameworks. We have our own Global Standards and Publication Edition with an orange cover, if you don't like the blue one. I think this is much nicer, but don't tell Ivo, yeah? So we will do more and more ways of presenting knowledge to our community. So in a nutshell, we are bringing this. We are not creating something new. We are trying to make room for a better way of socializing, working in the community, getting education, yeah, creativity, enabling ideas for doing this. So we are doing all this together through you, as we said. Bubbles that will connect and create the social foam. As an evolution step, you saw our current website is our ITWNET portal. We are moving into an ITWNET community management system, and this is due to be released, the first version in March, and the second version, of course, for our international event in June. Yeah, so completely different aesthetic. The way we work with information is different, simpler. We are trying to work on digested information, not so long, so big kind of articles, and also bringing video and audio and some other stuff that we used to learn. Okay. So basically, we say that eventually everything connects. We hope you to join. Actually, you will all get a shirt that you can wear with pride, I hope, like I do. So I'm not going to do the striptease now, but I have it here. Huh? I just show it. Okay, thank you.